This is the latest and greatest foam cannon from Maxshine. Now, along with this, they also have some cool new accessories like this foam cannon holder that also has some additional benefits to it as well. So in today's video, we're gonna be testing this thing out, seeing what kind of performance we can expect out of it, trying to find out what orifice is installed in this thing, all the other components. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, guys, so right off the bat, this thing is coming in at a price tag of $69.99. However, I do have the code IMJOSHV15, so anything you buy on Maxshine's website, you get 15% off. So that would essentially save you about $10, a little over $10 on this unit. Now this thing comes with all the features that you would expect from a more premium foam cannon, right? You have your top knob to adjust the amount of flow coming through the unit. You have right on the front here, you have the dial where you can change the angle from like a 0 degree up to a, I don't know, 45 or 60 degrees, something like that. And then you also have the black portion back here that you're able to spin as well. And that'll change the fan from vertical to horizontal depending on what you want. Now the bottle they state as 1 liter, but they also mark it as 35 ounces. You have your 1/4-inch quick connect, so it plugs right into your pressure washer gun. And you have this really cool molded plastic piece over your PET bottle. Now when you open this thing up, you also get a nice, pretty flexible straw. It's not like the most flexible, but it's quite, I think it's really, really good. You do also get a little plastic filter. I did check. The MTM, I actually have the MTM weighted ball available on my site, and that does fit this straw. So if you wanted to replace that, you add a little more weight so this kind of stays in the solution a little bit more, you can do that. It will work. When you look inside here, the threads are plastic on plastic, which is always my preferred, because if it's plastic on metal, you potentially, you could potentially strip that out a little bit easier. And then also you do have the 28x400, I think is what the thread count is called. But it's basically so that you can put a standard bottle on this. So if you have a solution, here's active foam. Let's just go ahead and open this up. Right, you could potentially, obviously the straw wouldn't be big enough, but you could screw this right down. It's good to go. You could adjust your nozzle or your flow back and then use it that way if you wanted to. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I just took this off. This piece stayed on. It's actually a secondary piece, which I actually like. It's not molded inside, so this has a little bit of a thread on it to have that smaller thread in there. So I actually like that it's two separate pieces like that. Yeah, screws right back in nice and easily. Locks into place, you're good to go. So cool little feature. Now when we get into the construction of this thing, it looks like it's a stainless steel unit all the way through. And I guess it's not. They actually have this listed as chrome plated copper materials. Now I have no idea on that metal, but it does state extended service life with quality corrosion resistant chrome plated copper material. So I'm assuming it's been tested. That kind of material. Again, usually it's brass. Is that what they mean by copper? I don't know that for sure, but it seems really, really nice. It looks like a really good quality unit. Again, on the head here, it's nice and textured, so it's easy to grip and grab to remove the top. Again, the plastic surround, I haven't seen that before, and I like it. It looks really, really good. So now let's go ahead and go outside and start testing this thing and trying to figure out exactly where it's at. Now, full transparency, I already did the test, and I figured out that it is a 1.25 orifice inside of it. And then I even went on their website, it does state 1.25, so I should have done that first. But we're gonna test that with the 1.25 and then also with a 1.1 to see if that helps make a difference with this thing. Now for my soap selection, I'm going to be using Geon Bathe in this situation. I just thought it's very easy for me to meter out the amount of soap that I'm putting in there because it's on a pump sprayer. So I put 10 pumps of product into the foam cannon and then slowly filled it up. So I actually got it all the way up to the 35 ounces full with water. So it wasn't all foam, it actually filled up nicely so we could test it that way. Alrighty guys, so I just went to spray this. It obviously I didn't have it set up on the correct pattern, but now it's all ready to go. This is using a active 2.0 pressure washer with the installed orifice. Again, 10 pumps of Geon Bathe. So there you have it. Good cling to that foam. Not the thickest, right? There is some moisture content into it, but a lot of people will claim that, they prefer that. Now, I like a drier foam just because it sticks to the panel for a long time. However, I will say Although this does have some moisture into it, I mean, it's not running down the panel. It looks really, really good. So let me just go a little bit more here. Again, this is going onto a dry panel. Let's see how much we can get it to build up. Not a ton because it is adding more water content to it, but really good foam still. It's obviously not as much as an MJJC, at least with whatever orifice is installed in here. As a test, let's go ahead and hook this thing up to a Ryobi 1800. All right, guys, so I just hooked up the Ryobi 1800. Same exact solution still in here. I just, swapped the hose, and here we go. All right, so very, very, very runny with the Ryobi 1800, and I'm assuming it's because the orifice that this thing comes with. So let's go ahead and swap this out to a 1.1, and then we'll test the other side. All right, guys, so we're back. We still have the 1800 hooked up, the Ryobi. The foam cannon now has the 1.1 orifice installed in it. So I'm gonna go to the other side of the vehicle, just so it's going onto a dry panel again. We'll test it that way. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right, here we go. Not much. Not much difference there. Let me make sure that the pressure washer is operating correctly. All right, guys, so this has been sitting on the panel a little bit now, so it's even less, but that was the performance of it with the 1.1 orifice, with the Ryobi 1800. It seems like it's working properly. I don't have any other explanation. I tested just with the pressure nozzle and it seemed fine. So that was it. Let's go ahead and switch over. Because we have the 1.1 installed on the foam cannon, let's go ahead and use it with the Active 2.0. Now the Active 2.0, as well as their 2.3, they don't recommend using a 1.1 orifice. You saw the foam with the installed one. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't know what came installed in that foam cannon. Probably a 1.25. It's a very common size. And you saw the foam performance. It was very, very good. So you don't need to go to 1.1, but since I already have it hooked up, let's just test it. And one last note, the reason they recommend not going to a 1.1 is the smaller the hole, the more draw it's going to cause on the machine. So it can spike the amperage and cause problems for the machine down the road. Now, I still personally run a 1.1 all the time. I don't have any issues with it, but it is their recommendation. So go with that. All right, guys, 1.1 installed, Active 2.0. Here we go. Very interesting. That is runnier than the 1.25. So I did confirm, I just looked on their website. The unit does come with a 1.25 orifice. The 1.25 that I was using got way more foam than that. Let me go ahead and swap it back just to confirm. Because yeah, that's not nearly as much foam as we were getting before. Alrighty guys, round two, I switched the orifice back. Here we go. Yeah, we're getting that nice thick foam again. That's very, very, very interesting. I've never come across that before where that made that much of a difference or didn't make that much of a difference. I think the one thing I can note is that the orifice that this one comes with has a wider size, not the thread. The thread's the same, but at the lip of it, it's a wider size. I don't know if that's letting some air through or something with the smaller one. That's why it's not performing the same way. I'm not sure. But overall, I really, really like the design of this thing. I've never seen one with kind of this plastic sheeting kind of holder to it. I think it looks really, really cool. So, all right, guys, in honor of Cars with Keeve, let's do a drop test with this thing. I just filled it up with water, so it is full. I don't have, again, one of these clear plastic ones. I don't know, we'll see. Here we go, just from, I'm 6 feet tall, I'm 6'2", so approximately 6 feet drop. Okay. So the plastic popped off. It's not broken or anything. It actually is designed to come off. You can actually see some clips in there. So designed to come off, so that's not a big deal. I guess we'll just drop it again without the plastic on it now. Here we go. God, that was a solid hit. But still nothing, still no marks. Oh, sorry, there are marks, but no leaks. Here we go again. And the top popped off. I don't know if it's broken. Let's see here. Nope, still good. All right, guys, we're filled back up again. I have to say already, it's lasting more than I thought it would. A 6 foot drop is substantial, right? You're detailing your car. You're not going to drop it from that height. Let's go with a sideways drop. Top is off again. Bottle is scuffed, but not cracked. So maybe they designed it that way. The top will pop off, but the bottle is not breaking. So that's good. I'll leave the rest of the drop test to Keeve. Keeve, if you get your hands on this thing, do what you do, bud. I just snapped the cover back on. Good to go. So I don't know. For me, that's a win. That passed. All right, guys, so there you have it. There's the performance of the new Maxshine foam cannon. Did it get the most foam ever? No, but it did get a good amount of foam. All the other features on it are fantastic. I think the design looks really cool. If you're using a Ryobi 1800, something like that, you saw it. I got almost worse performance with a 1.1. Again, I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know what to make of that. But if you have an active 2.0 or something like that, this may be a fantastic choice because you saw with the installed orifice that it comes with, got a great amount of foam. Now, as far as the overall design goes, everyone always talks about the wide base bottle. Obviously, this has a wide mouth opening, so it's very, very easy for you to fill up your chemicals, your soap. As far as the wide base goes, it's slightly wider, almost about the same as the IMJOSHV SV3, and then obviously not as wide as the Pro V2. But again, good mixture there. I really like the unit. Let's go ahead and pop off the nozzle really quickly. It's just this little pin here. Just get a flat head under it. Pull that up. This whole thing will slide off. Whoops. And then we have this area here. Now, let's see. Well, will this just slide off for us? There you go. All right, so the filter on this thing is just your standard mesh filter, okay? So that's very, very standard, nothing crazy there. I really like how easy it was to pull apart. That's really, really nice. So if you need to change out that filter, not a big deal at all. Again, the MJJCs, the only ones that I've found, they come with a 3-piece filter, and I don't know if that's what really creates all the extra foam, but that's one differentiating factor with those. And this one though looks all good. Really, really easy to pop that off. Like I said, I like that a lot. And then you just basically slide this back over, make sure it's lined up, and then you have to find the pin holes, because these pin holes will go through this brass piece here. So we just gotta line that up. Then we can pop this back in and you're good to go. Now, one other thing that I wanted to note, guys, is this new wall hanging unit here for your foam cannons. Really cool. You can fit 2 foam cannons on here, right? You have your basic 1/4-inch female quick connects here that you can just clip into, so it holds it in place nicely like that. You also have a male quick connect, so you can take your pressure washer gun and keep that stored on here as well, just like so. And then obviously another foam cannon over there. And then you also have these areas down here, which are nice because you can take your extensions if you want to and put those in there, and everything holds in nicely together, keeping everything nice and clean. Now, one other thing to know about this is, there we go, all the holes on top. So this is all nozzle storage. So if you have a bunch of different nozzles, really, really cool. You can see it's even labeled here, so you can decide 15, 25, 40, 65, back down to 40, 25, 15, and 0. So really nice. They actually give you these little rubber grommets as well, so you can put those into the metal piece here. Then it'll hold the tips in nice and securely. So really cool unit there. Again, this one, I think their other one, which was purely 3 quick connects to hold 3 different foam cannons, that one retailed for like 43 bucks. I think this one's like 46 bucks. I think there's a ton more value here. So I really like this one. Again, same code, IMJOSHV15 will get you 15% off of it. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to highlight these 2 new pressure washing accessories from Maxshine, their new foam cannon and their new foam cannon mount. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope that video helps you. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, turn on that notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.